Hello, Cherie Hanson here. Today is July 5th, and I've been noticing a heaviness. It's quite humid here and it feels oppressive, like a storm is coming, only it's not coming. It's promising to come, but it's not showing up. Um, I've been having trouble sleeping at night and most times waking up at 3 a.m. So, this is the question: what is it that's trying to get through to me? What's the message? What's the message coming through? And I have, it's the weirdest thing. I've been having the feeling like I am have my foot on the gas and the brakes at the same time. It's like I want to slow down. No, I don't. I want to go faster. I want to get through this stuck feeling. But you know that trying to get through the stuck feeling doesn't work. We have to just sit in the now. So I am ending my mental torture with myself. You know, the criticism of not enough, not doing enough, not focused enough. And, you know, you should be doing more physiotherapy. You should be walking more. You should be writing. You should be shooting more YouTube videos. I'm just getting shooted everywhere I go. There's shooting on my head, shooting in my mind. I decided that it would be a good idea to keep bringing myself back to admiration. Let me explain this a little bit. When you have done not enough, usually I'm talking about myself. Usually that means I have done something. You know, like, here, we're going to take this all apart and put all the parts on the ground and look at it. I have gotten so much of what I've been hoarding in this upstairs space out to thrift stores and out to, I have taken, I don't know, I think 8 old computers to London Drugs, to the curly-haired kid there that just loves it when I say, can you break these up? And he says, let's do it. And his eyes get all glazed over. Yes, he says, I'll just go get the paperwork. I said, I'm glad I could make you happy. But there is still that kind of restlessness. I think the thing that keeps coming up for me, which is kind of sad, is the default setting, the mind habit of not enough. You know, you're in a place where you need to reset your goals. I mean, look at what you've done. You're only using up a certain number of hours a day. And here's how I know it's the ego. How do you know when the ego has come and invaded your head house and has taken over? It's because it's so horribly critical. Not enough. What are you talking about? I'm tired. I'm just recovering from some major problems. You know, why are you not enough? And the other thing that I do, which I think is just fascinating, is one of the ways that I torture myself mentally is when I come to the idea that I should be having fun. It's like, did you have fun yesterday? No, I was cleaning out all of the attic spaces and taking things to the thrift store and weeding the front garden so that you would be happy, ego voice. But you should be having fun. You know, and just go like, So one of the things that helps me a lot is when I walk around barefoot on the lawn in the morning and I look at the seeds I've planted and I look at the squash forming on the squash plants and the peas forming and the beans are coming up and the cucumbers and the zucchini. And my front yard is starting to look like somebody lives here again and not that it was just, you know, people that are hidden inside that don't belong here and have no pride. Hey, couplet. So I have to constantly get in and talk to my ego voice. You've done a lot. Look how much you've done. Look how good your garden looks. And these are my touch points. Am I in pain? No, I'm not in pain. Is there disorder and mess and, piles of things in the corner? No, I've gotten through a lot of that. Now I'm feeling like what I need to do is I need to start again. And I mean by that is revise the contract I have with myself. Revise my expectations for myself. And some things that are coming up is I've got to do more physiotherapy. The walking has to be reinstituted as a habit every night. The getting back into reading so that I can learn to enjoy the intellectual activity of my eyes moving over a page and connecting with somebody else's mind. I do love that. For me, so often, I'll go along for weeks or months or something like this, and then I get to this point of, I'm asking myself, what the hell are you doing? Like this voice comes over, it's a voiceover. It's like it's an episode of a movie or something, and it's science fiction. You're just trundling along, and this voice comes over and says, what are you doing? And I've learned to feel kind of grateful for that voice because that is usually telling me I am at a time of transition or renewal or surrender or letting go of, what I've got. It's kind of like put your hand in the jar, and because you've got so much in your hand, you can't get it out of the jar again. I want to do everything all at once. No, don't do that. The other thing I'm assessing, and I'm finding it really interesting, it's getting easier and easier to do, is when I watch something, when I watch a series or I watch a show, if it doesn't lift me up, I will turn it off. I will stop watching. I don't know how many times I have to see someone blow somebody else's brain apart. I don't really need that in my life. I don't. It doesn't make me more peaceful. It doesn't make me feel safer. It doesn't create a world of light and love. So why am I doing it then, is the question I ask myself. So many questions. There's so many questions. And they just keep coming into me. And the thing I've come to really understand is I'm very grateful that my mind works that way. I think the times I've really gotten into trouble were the times when I didn't have questions. I didn't ask myself, Is this serving you? Is this contributing to your higher self? I just trundled along. You know, it's like you're carrying this great big burden and you've got this great big weight on your back, and somebody says to you, "What are you carrying?" And you go, "What?" He says, "Why are you carrying that?" It's like, carrying what? What are you talking about? So if we're not observing ourselves, we don't give ourselves a chance to shift, to transition, to re-examine what we're doing. And the thing I think is so interesting about this is because we're constantly changing, shifting who we are, it's very important to re-examine what we're doing. Because when I was 40, doing this seemed perfect for that woman. Or when I was 60, what I was doing seemed, very laudable for that woman. But we have to ask the question, who am I now? And what serves me now? I want to tell you the two cards I got today. It was very interesting. The first one is Archangel Michael. He's with me. He's a very strong power in my life and always has been. And it says, "You are safe. I am protecting you against lower energies, grounding you, your loved ones, and home." So what that card is telling me is I don't need to be so vigilant about everything because I have Michael there watching over me and making sure I'm not making dumb-headed choices. So let's just let your bodyguard do his work. All right. The next one is the Archangel Azrael. And it is, "I am with you in your time of need, helping your heart to heal." And at this particular time, the healing is a lot of what I'm looking at because I was so ill and because I had some health challenges. So if I can just trust Azrael, he is helping me heal. I don't need to be hypervigilant, armed to the teeth, rabidly anxious. Both of those cards say the same thing to me. They say, you are protected. You are safe. The universe loves you. And it's a very good reminder when I start poking around, trying to find out what I'm doing wrong and if I'm perfect enough and if I should just change everything. I want to ask you to please subscribe. I'm very pleased that the number of subscribers is working its way up to 1,000. I really want to get to 1,000. I don't know why, just for fun. Do subscribe, share my videos with other people who are struggling with this quagmire, this tangle of snakes, the chaos and the flooding and the earthquakes and, the horrors that are going on in the world. And they're just like, I don't know what to do. If you find a video that I've made that can help people learn how to calm down, and if it helped them, please share it. And I will say to you, as I always do, thank you for watching. Thank you for the thumbs up, for the nice comments, for sharing. I appreciate you.